Hey, New York Jet fans from all around the world. Welcome to Laugh Through the Turbulence, a New York Jets podcast. The show that delivers you all your Jets content. Here are your hosts, John, Adden, and Monty. All the best to the New York Jet fans. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 go Jets.
All right, welcome to Free Agency Monday. We're doing another show before Izzy, so why not? Because a lot's been going on. John, Adnan, Monty here. Okay, we have breaking news real quick. Adnan, do you want to just do it real quick, Adnan, or no? Just what you just said before.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is kind of frustrating if you're a Jet fan, but the Giants went ahead and traded for Brian Burns. They gave up a second and a fifth to get him, but they gave him a 5-year contract, total $150 million with $87.5 million guaranteed. So that is an insane contract for Brian Burns. The draft pick compensation isn't crazy, but that's because they had to make that payment. So that's an interesting one. I think the Giants kind of salvaged their day today after losing McKinney and Barkley. So interesting day for them. But yeah, that's a big one there.
What's interesting about that, Brian Burns, I believe he was tagged going into this, right? So if we're thinking T. Higgins at some point, right, he was tagged. Yep. And obviously an edge rusher is a much more premium position than a wide receiver position, right? And I would say that Higgins, the wide receiver, is Brian Burns, the edge, if that's fair, right? In terms of talent level, like in percentile, right? So if Joe is going to make a move, for a Higgins, for example, it may have to look something like that. But I just wanted to share one video, and Adnan, I shared it with you before this, and I think Monty will have a good laugh at it. I feel like this is going to be the epitome of what Jet fans are feeling right now because they're impatient bunch. We are, but here it is.
I'll take the cheeseburger meal.
Would you like to make it an extra large meal?
No. Yes. No.
You sure? It's only 29 cents more.
Yes. No.
I knew Monty would really like that.
Yeah, that's
going in.
Yeah, that's pretty indicative of and just to chime in on that, that's I'm very active in the New York Jets official Facebook group. Shout out to guys who are on there, top contributor. But anyway, these guys are all these guys are all up in arms about this. They're saying the same sorts of things that we just saw. I'm looking at a meme literally right now on my phone that was those infographics that say like breaking blah 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 team is signing yada yada, and this one is breaking. The New York Jets are signing nobody, and it's just like a picture of the Jets stadium. And and you look and I've probably read a few hundred comments at this point on the topic, and the sentiment out there from the fans for sure is mixed. You basically have 33% that are like, what the heck, what is this guy doing? He's dropping the ball already, blah blah blah. Then you have another 33% who are like, hold on, it's only the first day. And then you have another kind of mixed bag of the other 33% who are kind of just, a little bit in the middle on the fence. They're cautiously optimistic, but they also are like, hey, maybe we should get something. There are 3 guards that went off the board today, and we do need O-line pieces. So, the clock is ticking and the flock is dwindling.
Yeah, and obviously with the news, we obviously know this was going to happen. Rice Huff has been basically picked up by the Eagles. And actually, I think it was kind of the right amount. Not too crazy, I said, in terms of a number, but probably a number the Jets couldn't afford. But it feels kind of like, hey, maybe the tag and trade was definitely kind of a thing that could have happened, right? But anyway, so Bryce Huff did have a comment for the Jets. He just wanted to thank everyone for has been following the journey since he showed up 4 years ago. The memories he made in that life in the city of New York will be cherished forever. The constant words of encouragement from fans from day I signed as an undrafted free agent in my last snap as a Jet. Keep me going through the good and bad times. You're all the real ones. The support from my coaches and brothers that put in the work with me every day was crucial in my development as a player and as a man. I have nothing but love for each and every one of them. Yeah, this one's going to sting a little bit, but obviously with Will McDonald there, probably it is so similar in so many ways the way Huff is in terms of being an undersized edge guy with a lot of burst and speed. Hopefully that does work itself. I'm trying to pick. I got Sun in the back, so I'm going to try and hopefully that does work out. But how do you guys feel about this Bryce Huff stuff? I guess that's the real question.
Yeah, so I guess if you're looking at it from a pros and cons perspective, right? I think the only pro about this is that at least he didn't end up in the AFC East or the AFC at all. So going to the Eagles, if you had to pick a team, fine, that's where he went. I think the frustrating thing to me with this is that I understand the money that he got. Jets weren't in a position to pay him with all of the things they needed to do on the offensive line. And, excuse my language, I don't like to curse on here often, but they fucked up the offensive side of the ball so badly that they had to let a 25-year-old homegrown edge rusher go, right? And it's just the mismanagement of this offensive roster is to the point of embarrassment. And on top of that, a homegrown 25-year-old player at a position of need, as John mentioned, a premium position, no less, you just mismanaged the offense. You mismanaged the situation. You didn't try to re-up him earlier. And I get it. The Jets don't view him as a 3-down player, and that's what he wants to be. Bullshit. You find a way to keep a guy like this, and you figure it out. And the fact that they let him go essentially for a similar contract that they gave Carl Lawson is very annoying to me. If he got a Brian Burns type deal, then I'd say, no way you want to sign him to that. But the Jets could have figured out a way to keep him. But with that said, at least he's out of division. That's the only positive that I can see from this.
And we won't see him for at least a couple of years. All right, got it.
Yeah. So on that note, I can't say that I feel as passionately about it as Adnan. Maybe I am sad to see him go. I am sorry to see him leave because as you've mentioned, homegrown talent. It's a great story. This guy's a UDFA, and then he ends up getting developed, and he grinds it out year after year, and then it finally hits pay dirt in his 4th year, and then now boom, he's gone to go reap the benefits to some other team. It sucks, but I am very happy it's not an AFC East team or AFC team at all. So that's good. But on the other side of it, we just didn't have, we don't have the need for Bryce Huff as much as we have a need for multiple O-line pieces and a wide receiver. So all I'm going to say is it better be like worth the loss, right? Like what we pulled together in this offseason better be worth it. We better have nothing in the tank going into I don't want to see a, extra 10, 20 million in cap or whatever, maybe a little bit just for kind of in case something happens, you can't go in with zero, but you know what I mean? It better be like the bare minimum of what we need. And we better be firing on all cylinders and throw everything at the wall in this offseason and really pull in some talent. And, to go back to the point before about, how Jets fans are feeling and whatnot, this may highlight that a little bit. It's like we let Bryce Huff go. He goes to the Eagles and we picked up nobody. Like, that's I can see looking at those two things, kind of next to each other, juxtaposed and kind of feeling some kind of way about it as a Jets fan. So that's what I would say about that. But I'm not ultimately depressed or anything like that he's gone. I think one of the few things I do believe in is Jets management. Jets coaching on the defensive side, their ability to develop defensive players specifically. I think, Will McDonald, if they can get some weight on him, he's a little undersized. If they can get some weight on him and, just give him some of that Robert Saleh, brilliant defensive mind, Jeff Ulbrich, brilliant defensive mind coaching, bring him to that next level. I think he has the skill set to be an every down guy and not just a, mostly situational pass rusher. And that right there is really what we need more than anything, especially if we're going to let someone like that go. We sub someone in who's an every down guy, and then we have what we need to get the offensive pieces, which are absolutely crucial and much more crucial than defensive line, which is what we have plenty of depth at.
Yeah, and I'll just kind of add, Will McDonald is a better run defender in general. And he will ascend. And also, I believe Jermaine Johnson's also going to continue to ascend like he is. So I think in terms of the elite pass rush that the Jets were able to have, I think it may take a little bit of a step back, but but still is going to be one of the top 5 units out there. Good luck to Bryce Huff and all that. It does kind of sting, but have faith in the ability to develop pass rushers, right? I mean, they did it with Bryce Huff to begin with, right? John Franklin Myers is a pass rusher that we developed, right? We also are developing Jermaine Johnson to becoming an elite, and he was a Pro Bowl alternate this year, and he could do run and pass just like John Franklin Myers. And Will McDonald got an even set of pass and run snaps, and is obviously a better pass rusher, but that should fill the hole there. And I want to here's some more breaking news. Raiders free agent guard Jermaine Elaminor is expected to sign a 2-year, $14 million deal with the Giants. So that's actually a guard that wasn't in the top 10 per PFF, but that's interesting to know that that's a little bit of an overpay, just like John Runyon was to the Giants as well. And they, interesting. I thought Runyon was going to be a guy that we were going to target because
I did too.
But it was interesting. The projection on him was 3 for 20, and it ended up being 3 for 30, which is a little bit of an overpay on that one. But whatever. But obviously, we're going to continue as we do the show just to monitor Adam Schefter's Twitter, like Hawks essentially. There's not much else going on there. I'm not seeing anything else. Oh, except now we got a Cushberry deal details for Tennessee. 50 mil over 4 years, 12 and a half average, which makes him the 3rd highest paid center. 26 of it is fully guaranteed. So that's interesting in that one too, because Tennessee is a team that's probably looking to bolster their O-line as well. And they're definitely a threat to be the first ones to have their aim at Joe Alt. Although I think the Giants might even be an option there too. Although right now they just signed 2 guards. They have a center they like at John Michael Schmidt, obviously Andrew Thomas, and Evan Neal is still on their books. So, it depends on how they feel on him, but hopefully they do pass on him. I guess we can go into our news that was a little bit while ago, but Greg the Leg re-signed with us for 2 years, 8.4. That's a nice little win. Solid. It's a guy that has the greatest nickname in all of kicking. So I guess we're just really happy about that, right? Because he's been money, right? He's been one of the best kickers, in terms of clutch too. So I guess that's really good about that. Anything you guys want to add to that, or just
I don't know. I don't know if we got Messi or Lionel Messi, or we got, some other professional soccer players, or I don't know who we got, dealing with our kicking and our special teams guys, but our guys can kick the hell out of the damn ball. We got Morstead and we got Zwerline. I don't know how we got so blessed on that side of the field, but, I'm super happy to have this guy coming back, super happy to have Morstead, and that's all I got to say about that.
Well, Morstead needs to re-sign, right? He's not under contract yet, but
I'm pretty sure he will.
I'm sure he will be. I would say, I think in relation to the guys that, I'm glad they kept, Zerline. Definitely, there was a little bit of a kicking carousel for a few years before they signed him. So that's going to really help. But now we just wait. Now we wait and see what, if anything, they'll do tonight. I mean, luckily, we talked about this a little bit before we started recording. There are still names that can really help the Jets. Calvin Ridley's still available. I don't know if that's someone they'll be able to afford, but he's still there. All of the tackles are still there. Zeitler's still there. So there are guys that can definitely help. But I think the Jets just don't have the room for error they had, to where if they don't get one guy, they can pivot to somebody else because of all the moves that have been made. But I do think there are, plenty of guys available that can help them. I just want to start, seeing them make some moves. So hopefully tonight or early tomorrow morning, we'll get some activity. But I am at least happy that there are players available that can help at positions of need. I think most of the receivers are still available as well. So, I think it's not as bad.
Being on the trade block, it seems like now at this point, because no deals being there. And that's interesting. And as I said before, the Brian Burns thing is the tag and trade, right? So like maybe that. And what's interesting and fun fact about the Brian Burns trade, they basically, what they got for Leonard Williams in the trade to the Seahawks is what they basically gave up for Brian Burns. So kind of interesting, right? Yep. But that I don't know what the hell Carolina's doing. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean they had 2 first rounders and a second rounder on the table for Brian Burns from the Rams. They turned that down to franchise him and then trade him for a second and a fifth. I mean, listen, I know there are Jet fans out there that are frustrated with Joe Douglas, but he's never done anything like that.
So we could do a lot worse.
Lot worse.
Yeah, he didn't give up multiple first rounders for Russell Wilson and
exactly.
I'm sorry for what's his name,
Bryce Young. Yeah. So I think there's definitely can do a lot worse,
Yeah, and as he said, of the guards, Zeitler, I think Dalton Reisner is still available.
Yep, he's still available. Yeah.
He's still available. Damian Lewis from Seattle would be still available too, though I don't really love that much because that's going to be looking for a big contract. John Simpson, I don't really like that much, is also available. Greg Van Roten is available, which is interesting on that one too. And that could be kind of another depth piece at guard. So that'd be interesting in itself. And I guess on the tackles, all of them are still there.
Yeah, all the tackles are there.
Not one of them has been picked up. Not even like Donovan Smith. Nobody. Pete. No, and there's a lot of teams that could use tackles. And also now a new name to the list would be David Bakhtiari, as we keep talking about. Yep. Agnon is the adamant one in the group that does not want him, but if he's cheap, you take him at this point, right?
Yeah. So just to, I'm sure Adnan's got a bunch to say, just to jump in real quick. So, I've been kind of online, here and there reading the sentiments about fans about the Bakhtiari. I actually posted about it and it got a ton of traction. I posted the breaking release. I was like, Jets management, please do not sign this guy unless it's for a bag of peanuts, in addition to the 3 other linemen that you plan to get on top of it. That'd be okay with that's how I'd be okay with signing Bakhtiari. Other than that, I don't want to hear about Bakhtiari in any sort of role where we need to lean on him or bet on his production or bet on his health in any way. And the fans kind of are very much aligned on that. People are either just like, hey, don't bring this guy at all, or they're saying, only if it's really cheap and if it's the right deal. Like you said, John, there can be a way. There's an argument for it to make sense, but it absolutely needs to be like, he needs to be a depth piece that we sign. And, I don't know if that's realistic. He's coming. He's only 32. He's not like he's 38 like Dwayne Brown. He's only 32. And, he's coming off of being, the alpha dog for so many years, multiple time all pro,
5-time all pro,
multiple pro bowler, like the guy's done it all as a tackle. But, he also at the same time has only played 4.8 games in 3 years. And, it's tough.
4.8 games per season.
Per year in 3 years. Average.
Yeah.
Not total. Yes, exactly.
He's average. Breaking news real quick. Austin Eckler is signing a 2-year deal with the Commanders.
Oh. Okay.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right, out of the conference. That's
I want to
okay.
see I want to see the numbers on that deal.
Yeah, it's not going to be out yet. Yeah, it was just posted like 30 seconds ago by Schefter. So that one was interesting. Or whenever the hell I just started waving my hands like.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, all right.
Yeah. I was
just,
like, fucking wrap it up, bro. But yeah, everything is still.
Just to finish my thoughts, I know Adnan wanted to go on that too a little bit. Bakhtiari, it's just got to be the right deal, and let's hope he stays healthy if we do get him, because I know I would bet that the Jets are shaking the trees on that as we speak. Just because the Aaron Rodgers connection, but I just hope they do it right, and I hope he's a backup guy. Adnan?
Yeah, I mean, and that's my concern, Monty, right? My concern is there'll be a push from Rodgers that this is my guy. I got to have him start. And I don't trust this front office or offensive coaching staff to be able to finesse with Bakhtiari. Hey, man, we love you, but you're coming in and you're competing for almost a roster spot, right? If he signs, they are going to view him as the starting left tackle, right? And that's my biggest concern.
Yeah, until he goes down. Or if he goes down.
So I would sign him. Like, if you sign Tyron Smith, another tackle, and then Bakhtiari to a just peanuts contract, okay, maybe. But if he's the first guy that they sign for anything less than pretty much the league minimum, like, it better be a Russell Wilson contract, right? And if not, then we know the Jets are going to rely on him. And I know he says he's got a clean bill of health and all of that. Can you really entrust the left tackle position to a guy that has barely played in 3 seasons?
Okay.
I just don't see it, and I don't.
Bakhtiari, $5 million. Do you do it? Yes or no?
No.
1 year.
Nope.
You don't do it for $5 million.
Russell Wilson deal, like
$4 million. $4 million.
I wouldn't. League minimum.
For me at 3.
It would have to be a minimum deal.
Yeah,
I would be fine with a minimum base, and if you want to add,
incentives if he plays certain games, if he plays,
like if he every game that he starts and finishes, he gets paid X. Okay, but if you're relying on him to be that guy, then I think the season's already lost. So,
okay. So he's made 126.8 mil in his career, so he might be a little lenient on that. And hopefully, if that is the case, it is the case. But as we said, there's still a lot of guys out there. Interestingly enough, none of the other names have even come up yet, which is so strange because tackle's probably maybe the third most important position right after quarterback and edge, I guess in this case, right? But Onwenu is still out there, which is interesting. Tyron Smith, Trent Brown is still out there. Jonah Williams. Okay, this is where Las Vegas. Okay, so Jermaine Element or whatever his name was listed as a tackle by PFF. That's why.
So
and it was about the contract too. It was 2 for 14 and a half is what they had at 2 years. Interesting enough. Josh Jones, no, it's not going to be worth anything. Fant, obviously, Mekhi Becton's still out there too, which is really interesting. And I know you guys don't want any part of that either, but I say you bring both of them in for like a combined $5 million. If you're able to get both Becton, Bakhtiari, have a draft pick at 10, and then like maybe Onwenu, like my God, you might do that.
But that's the kind of draft I think we need. I mean, that's the kind of free agency and draft situation we might need because, one thing is, the fact that we've had bad luck with injuries, but one of the ways to hedge against that is a lot of players and durable players. Get durable, you get the rookie, you get the guy you sign, and then you get a bunch of other guys too, guys that can be good if subbed in, whatever. And, maybe that works out.
Yeah.
I hope that's not. I rather just have the top talent, but in lieu of that, and I don't know if we're going to talk about it at some point, but just I wanted to kind of take a nod and take a minute to kind of just point out, Joe D as a strategist. I've kind of been doing some research on him as a person, and he was a protege of Ozzie Newsome. And if you know about anything about how Ozzie Newsome was when he was GM over for the Ravens, when he took Jody under his wing, he was known as kind of an economist, and he was known very much as for saying the term right player, right price. That was his saying. He would always say it over and over: right player, right price. And I think a lot of that has rubbed off on Joe Douglas. And so to the Jets fans, I just want to give them a giant grain of salt that, this don't expect like the big splashy stuff. Don't expect like, the huge mega contract to the superstar. Instead, look for, him to just execute, looking for best value at the position at the best price, which may be, getting two guys for a good price that you might not be thinking are amazing, but maybe working them together might make the same level of production and value as a top tier guy. I could totally see Joe D following that as a strategy in this offseason.
And by the way, I have the Eckler number. It's 2 years for 11.43 mil, or up to 11.43 mil. Interesting. Yeah.
I
they got the money.
I think like when you look at Joe Douglas, right? I get it, right? And I think over the past couple of years, doing that made sense. You're trying to rebuild a roster. You're trying to make sure that you maintain some level of cap flexibility, right? So you're not the Dolphins. So you're not the Bills. You don't have to release core players because you can't afford them. So I get that perspective, right? But I also think that going into a season where you have to be successful or you're going to get fired, I think you have to shift your thinking a little bit, right?
I hope so.
Like, I get the value. I get the money ball perspective. I get the, hey, listen, if we can get, two guys for the price of one can start, one can be the backup. We've just created depth without spending too much money, right? Totally get it. But that doesn't work when you're in a win now window, right? And I just think that you're in a win now window. You have, I think, definitely 1 to 2 years for sure with Aaron Rodgers. You got to go for it. Because if you don't, then what happens when Rodgers does leave? Then you're starting over completely.
That's the thing. I think they are going for it, right? And obviously it's still Monday, right? And this shit technically doesn't start until Wednesday, right? Tackle was the biggest need, and we still haven't heard anything about the tackle market yet. So I think just be a little patient. But I just want to actually, this is another Schefter tweet. This is the running back shuffle that just happened. You ready for it? So we got Saquon to the Eagles, Josh Jacobs to the Packers, Eckler to the Commanders, Pollard to the Titans, DeAndre Swift to the Bears, Devin Singletary is now a Giant, Gus Edwards a Charger, and Antonio Gibson's a Patriot.
That's crazy.
And we still, Derrick Henry's still out there.
They did the fire drill, like when you get out and run out at the red light. I think running back fire drill.
There are a couple other names too. Isn't Zeke still out there too? Is that right? I could be wrong. Get a phone call. I'm gonna decline that. Yeah, whatever. He's probably like, we're going to the Ranger game now. I'm supposed to go to that kind of, but I was like, no, I'm not spending $250 on a ticket. But anyway, it's just really, and wide receiver market, no Marquise Brown news yet. There's still a lot to go around,
Yeah.
Look, it's Monday, it's overreaction Monday, right?
Everyone's frothing at the
everyone's ready. We don't have any, we haven't had any football, really for quite a while. And, not since the Super Bowl. And, people are just chomping at the bit for any little thing they can get. The combine isn't as juicy as free agency, I think. It's not like making these rosters, and it's not like, setting up, kind of to where people can get an idea of how these teams are going to start shaping up. So, they want to jump all over it. I get it.
Yeah.
And I understand all that, right? And I think it's more so than just the first day, right? I think it's kind of just what you're going to do strategically. Like, you got to hit it hard. And maybe they're not making any moves because they're working on a trade, right? So I get it. It's the first day. There's going to be
Working
a
on that
lot going on.
Bakhtiari deal.
Yeah, they're working on a Robert Hunt contract for Bakhtiari. He's going to get $100 million from the Jets, and they're going to call it a day.
Yeah, 4 years, 25 million a year.
Yeah,
man.
25 million a year,
Soon.
85 million guaranteed. And
A lot of guys still available.
Yeah.
Even on the receiver. A lot of the low hanging fruit receivers that we were kind of talking about before, the Tyler Boyds. We mentioned Odell, who's not really low hanging fruit because that's more of a big name, obviously. But Mooney's still out there. Gabe Davis got overpaid today. Holy shit.
Gabe Davis did get overpaid today.
Yeah. Curtis Samuel's still out there. Shark is still out there. Hell, Michael Thomas is even out there right now, which is crazy. Josh Reynolds, KJ Osborne, Nick Westbrook. I can't pronounce the rest of his last name from Tennessee. There's just a lot of guys out there, so it's like still early, Jets fans. Please be fucking patient.
I think
And the words of Aaron Rodgers, relax.
I think it's interesting that Gabe Davis was the first receiver signed. That's all I wanted to say. But Monty, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and at least what, it could be, as John said before, it could be worse. We could be the Dolphins right now, who have already lost Christian Wilkins, Robert Hunt, Xavier Howard, Van Ginkel, Brandon Jones, Agba, Baker.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Did you see what this thing Frank the Tank on Barstool just fucking freaked the fuck out?
Oh, he always does, but that was even.
Is there a more annoying fan in the world than him?
Oh, dude, and he's a Met fan, so that's like even more annoying because just hear that I'm just like, dude, I think he's a good dude and I like his content, but man, when he's going on these rants and he's like biting his shirt, I'm just like, dude, you're an adult. Like, let's calm it down a little bit, man. Just a little bit, Like, I'm passionate about my teams as well, but Jesus.
My favorite rants are Beningo, Joe Beningo, man.
Yeah, he's pretty up there too with that. Also, Kirk Cousins got really well paid.
Dude, that guy is the business Hall of Famer, man. He's made so much money over his career, and how many playoff games has he won? One? Like, it's insane.
Yeah, one.
He paid him, and he's won one.
You know what? He's just been so solid in the regular season though, like year in, year out. Like he's just he's pretty consistent and solid, stable, top 12 guy every friggin' year.
Yeah, he was having a great season before he got hurt.
He was on pace to probably be the number one passer.
Yeah,
he was up there. He had an 86 grade too going into the when he got shut down, which was like kind of crazy. Minshew is gone too. We're talking quarterbacks right now. There's a lot of quarterback names out there: Tannehill, Brissett, Winston, Tyrod, Drew Lock, and Huntley. They're all still. I think actually Huntley, I'm not sure on that one. I think the Ravens may have taken him back, but I could be wrong. All right. Back to refreshing Adam Schefter, right?
That's why I'm looking off to the side. I'm just on my phone refreshing every 30 seconds.
We got something. Ooh, a fax,
Yeah.
Just like in that South Park. I'll pull up the clip just so everyone knows what the hell I'm talking about. But someone just talk real quick until I could pull that up. What you see them talking about in South Park when like there's no internet, And they're like,
yep. And then they had the whole episode. The crux of it is just you got to reboot the modem or whatever, restart the modem power cycle. That's crazy, man.
I got the clip.
Nice.
I got the clip. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's in fucking Spanish.
Oh, John.
Actually, no, fuck it. Let's just do that anyway, right?
Come on.
Il pourrait y avoir un peu d'internet en Californie et dans quelques zones de Floride.
There's no internet.
Pour l'instant, il n'y a toujours rien dans notre.
Yeah, it's kind of better that it's actually.
Un fax arrive, t'as vu ça? Oh ouais, un fax.
That's all we need.
I need to start watching it.
That's better than than in
Yeah, that was better than what I expected. Fair
I need
enough.
to watch that in other languages. Yeah.
Cool facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Of course. Any news on Morstead at all, or no?
Nothing that I've seen so
guys
far.
I searched.
Nothing yet.
Nothing on him. Nothing on him. Just saying something with leadership for some dude from the Lions, whatever. Okay. Yeah, he's an interesting follow. Oh, his birthday's coming up. That'd be cool to get him on for a show.
I was just gonna say that. He's probably someone we could probably get on the show.
You're my favorite sports mustache.
He's,
I don't know. Gardner Minshew's was up there for a while.
Yeah,
anything else not Jets related in free agency while we wait for more free agency stuff to happen that you guys thought was kind of interesting in terms of moves that were made?
Well, I mean, we had already talked about Kendrick Bourne, in our last
No, today news.
I know.
I think Lloyd Cushenberry to Tennessee is interesting, right? They're kind of like, they brought in Pollard, right, to replace Derrick Henry. Then they brought in a pretty good center, and I really think like all of this stuff that we're hearing, about the Titans potentially, their GM said, push comes to shove, you take the guy who can score your touchdowns, right, in the draft. I think this is smokescreen season as well. I think they're really looking to rebuild this offensive line. They took Skoronski in last year's draft. They just brought in Cushenberry. I think they're going to go offensive line again and really just kind of like rebuild this line. So I think they had a pretty interesting day, honestly.
Yeah, that was interesting too. Who else did they get? They got a cornerback from the Bengals, Chidobe. Wow.
He's pretty good. That's an interesting signing as well.
Geno Stone is out of the Ravens, and he's a Cincinnati Bengal. I thought that was interesting in itself because they didn't want to take care of Higgins. I think that's the thing that was the most interesting thing, Higgins. When it comes to us, right? Because like that could be traded away. And we were talking about this in our little chat last night after our show that they're going to have to pay Chase. You would never let – if you had to choose between those two, you take Chase all day. So
of course.
Interesting in that one. I thought that the Eagles really making pushes like the way they are. Barkley got a lot of money.
Yeah.
Barkley got paid. Huff obviously got paid.
Barkley behind that offensive line is scary.
It may be different next year though because there's no Jason Kelce now.
Yeah, which he was the engine.
He was a big part of that O line, but I still have confidence that they're still going to have a top O line unit there.
Yeah, I thought the Packers taking Jacobs and then dumping Aaron Jones was interesting too.
That was kind of a messed up move, I thought, because of I thought I don't know if it was Gutekunst or one of the top guys, spokespeople for the Packers, who just came out recently and said that they, Aaron Jones ain't going anywhere or something to that effect.
They say that all the time.
I guess, but I mean, then for 2 weeks later, for it to literally be a lie, like. Usually they say something like that, and then the next year or something like that, something happens, not weeks later.
Yeah, no.
Here's the thing that's so interesting about that. You ready for this? So the contract that Aaron Jones signed in 2021 should have lasted through here was also 4 years, $48 million, right? Which is the same exact contract he had. And the dead contract now on Aaron Jones is $12.3 million. So it's like it just doesn't make any freaking sense to me, right? Like just in general, right? That would just happen like that, right? If that makes sense, like how does that make sense, right? Like, oh, here we go, more breaking news. Let me get the little breaking news thing. We got former Seahawks Jordan Brooks has agreed to terms with Miami, 3 years, $30 million.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know much.
I feel like he's a decent player, but I think that's kind of more of like a marginal move. They're at a massive net loss for the day.
There's nothing to shake to, and that's like almost like a 20th of your cap, right? So it's like that's interesting. The only Seahawks we've always really been paying attention to are the fantasy guys and Jamal Adams, right? So
pretty much,
pretty much at this point, right? So that's
to your confusion before about Green Bay. The only thing I can say is Green Bay is like Leo DiCaprio with women. Once you hit a certain age, you're gone.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And Jacobs is 26, man. that offense is so young. Like they're going to be good for years if they can keep all this together.
Yeah. Love is
You
going to be
know.
good. We just know it. Yeah. And he's going to be a Jet by the time he hits 35, right?
Oh
It's
my
just gonna be
God. I don't know about 35, man. Maybe like 38 or 39.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see what we got. Come on, Schefter. Give me something, buddy. Come on, dude. Do your job. Give me Joy. Oh.
Yeah, let's get something going with the Jets here. This is like
Yeah. Okay. We got a bunch. Joe Douglas is trending on Twitter. Let's see, Brian O'Reilly really says fire Joe Douglas because of the.
Oh.
I got that clip I've showed of Family Guy also. Okay. Here's a funny tweet. Sources are telling me due to the leap year and daylight savings, the Jets thought free agency started tomorrow. Joe Douglas is leaving a Wendy drive. Jets drives early to assess which players are remaining. Okay.
oh man.
And there's a GIF of this GIF's pretty funny actually for our purposes. It's Joe Douglas right now. Hang on, let me get this one up. This is pretty good. That's what I saw.
No God. Douglas needs to get a move on a little bit here because these guys, it's like who's the first guard that signed? I think it was Glass now. Once he signed, they started going off the board, right? So once one of these tackles signed, people are going to be scared to miss out, and they're going to start signing people. So the Jets have to be ready to strike, man. Otherwise,
more breaking news. Marcus Davenport 1 year, 10.5 to the Lions.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That is interesting. All right, so they have two edge guys now. No interior.
Yeah. The Giants might have one of the best pass rushes in football next season with Thibodeau and Brian Burns. I mean, that's something to think about,
and with Wilkins and Crosby, the Raiders. I can't talk right now. The Raiders are looking stacked with Crosby and Wilkins now.
Well, now their quarterback right now, the competition at quarterback right now is Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. So,
listen, Gardner
would be like us.
Gardner Minshew almost went to the playoffs this year with a terrible Colts team. So I would
Colts
not.
Were not terrible. No. That's a misnomer. Colts were very well. That's a very well constructed roster. They obviously with Richardson that would have been something. Note that this is a team that did beat the Ravens straight up in Baltimore.
I get it, man. I get it. I'm just saying that don't sleep. All I'm saying is don't sleep on Gardner Minshew. Right? Don't be like, well, the quarterback's Gardner Minshew, right? Because the guy produces. He's not a regular backup. He probably should be a starter in the NFL, and I think he's going to beat out Aiden O'Connell if that's their kind of, if that's what they're looking at quarterback.
Yeah. So who's got a better mustache? Gardner Minshew or Thomas Morstead?
I was thinking that before. I don't know, man.
That's a tough one. Minshew does have the better hair for it, right?
He definitely has the better hair.
Right. And you know what? The other thing is, even though Morstead, I love him as a person, I feel like Minshew's just got that. He's got that aura of like Burt Reynolds, 1980s, look at that.
Morstead's a handsome dude, though. I'll give him that, though. I have a weird obsession with that mustache. I don't know why. So, I am a straight man to all the ladies that do watch this, if there are any that watch this, but that's
I doubt it.
I doubt that there are guys that watch this.
Me being straight, which one are you talking about here? Be very careful with your words here.
Yes.
Fair enough.
So there is a little tweet about the Onwenu market.
Okay.
Rumors are that he has an offer that'll pay him $19 million per year right now.
Who's this?
Mike Onwenu.
$19 million a year for that?
Yeah.
No.
That's the rumor, but just wanted to throw that out there.
What the hell is going to pay that? And
so I don't think the Jets are going to pay that either, but we'll.
No way. I mean, PFF had him 71.5 grade last year, 26 years old. The projected contract was 4 years, 58, 33, 25 guaranteed, which comes out to 14 and a half. 19 mil for that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Listen, I mean, look, there's also, I mean, there's competition, man. Competition drives up prices.
Yeah,
right? If teams starting to, if teams start, yeah, if, I mean, look, if teams start negotiating, right? I mean, that obviously economics 101 is going to drive the price up. So just because it's projected to be something, that's especially at that position.
Question for you. All right, a combination. I'm looking at all the low hanging fruit guys. What if the Jets spend $10 million collectively on these three tackles: Donovan Smith, George Fant, and Bakhtiari? You do it.
Yes, because then you're, as long as that doesn't preclude you from drafting a tackle as well, right?
Right.
Like, well, so if you're going to say,
everyone would be over 30 in that case. So
yeah. So I think if you can sign those three, draft a tackle, I would do it for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or maybe get a fourth in that mix. Like, I've watched this 20 mil. Tyrone Smith, George Fant, Donovan Smith, Bakhtiari, and then you just draft a wide receiver since you do need a wide receiver. You could do so many different things, you know.
I really want us to draft a tackle too.
Neighbors does. Neighbors would be wide receiver, a top 5 pick.
Yeah, but we need that 10-year guy. If this regime is going to be anything after this year, if it's not, then it's going to blow up anyway. But if it's going to be something after this year, we're going to need that 10-year tackle.
I agree, because then you'll have, assuming AVT is healthy, you have 3/5 of your offensive line set with young players, right? And I think that, like, wide receivers, as great as it is to draft a guy like Neighbors or whomever is your preference, I think receivers are also easier to find now. College football produces tons of receivers every year, right?
Those Neighbors is special. I mean, if it wasn't for Marvin Harrison Jr.,
number one.
But listen,
Neighbors would have been the number one receiver going all the way back.
But here's the thing, though.
That's what I mean, yeah.
But you also have to look at roster construction, right? You have Garrett Wilson. You draft a receiver in the top 10, right? You're gonna have to pick between keeping the two. Like, it's just from a roster construction perspective, you let Garrett Wilson eat and you give him support so that you can't just focus on him. I just think, like, drafting a guy that high when you have a needed tackle, that's more important than getting another wide receiver when you can fill those holes in free agency or in the third round, right?
I agree. I agree. I'm entertaining an idea of maybe the way that Joe Douglas is approaching this, right?
And I think that he is going to approach it that way. I don't think you're going to see him, again, with the big splash contracts or picking up these big name guys that everyone else is fighting over. I think Joe Douglas likes to go, not necessarily path of least resistance, but, he likes to go in a route where other people aren't necessarily focused, is what I see.
And I think one of the other things is that he doesn't get into bidding wars. Right? Like, he has his price and he may pay a little bit above what his price is, but if there are 4 teams driving up the price, he just bails.
He'll just first. He'll be the first one.
Yeah, he'll be right. I'm out of here. Let's pivot to something else. So I think that's why it's we're seeing slow movement with the Jets, because I just think Douglas he's very measured in what he does, right? So we get that, but I also think that, you got to come away from this free agency with some quality players, and I hope that they're able to do that.
Yeah. Also, something interesting. I mean, Connor Hughes, I'm going to give him credit for this because he did write the article saying that Joe Douglas has the plan. He's not going to really deviate from it and spend big on like one particular name or something like that, right? So, and Connor Hughes is one of my favorite follows of the Jets media world. He's an avid golfer, and I don't know if you ever saw this with him, but like literally, like he had a 6-year-old and he was out golfing with a 6-year-old in the stroller. It was freaking awesome.
I think it's a 6-month-old.
Dad goals.
No. I think 6. Maybe you're right. Yeah, it's probably 6.
He just had a baby, so
That'd be really awesome if it was 6 days old.
6-day-old man. Yeah.
6 days old. Yeah, I'm just gonna share his fucking Twitter. Fuck it, right? Why not? Maybe some news will pop up, but you better get your golf in now. You'll never be able to play when the baby comes. Yeah, you're probably right. We should send him the I'm daddy's little caddy. Whatever. Yeah, but that's a great picture. Just like yeah. That'd be all cool. All right. Oh shit! I just shut down Twitter when I did that. That's a bad mistake.
I'm looking nothing yet.
Nothing. There's people. Let's see what Blewett said. What do you guys think of the Deion Dawkins shit today?
He's a jerk.
Yeah, he's trolling us.
I kind of actually like it that he's still in the division. So like literally he can get blindsided by fucking Michael Clemens in the alley after the game.
Yeah,
Michael Clemens is gonna be waiting for him outside.
Yeah. The way I see it, Deion Dawkins is going. You ever see that scene in what the hell? It's in The Sopranos when that guy gets out of prison and he's hunting down the pizza guy, the guy that owns the pizza parlor plus. Yeah. And he goes back to his car to unlock his keys, and all of a sudden he comes through and just rams into him his SUV into his and sandwiches him into another car, and he can't walk.
Yeah.
I see that being Michael Clemens, and so I'm like, God.
Or like Terry Tate, the Office linebacker. You guys remember that? Those commercials where
those were good.
Yeah, it's like productivity is up 150% ever since we have Terry Tate. He's just tackling people who aren't following the guidelines and HR rules.
Yeah. Is this a fair assessment of Michael Clemens? If there's any Jet that all of a sudden's career was supposed to stop from football, whatever, could Michael Clemens become a super villain in an action movie, like a DC or Marvel movie, instantly?
Probably.
Better, is there anyone else that's better suited for that?
On the Jets?
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay. Man, it's crazy. I'm going back. Here we go. Breaking news again. Texans are expected to sign Titans linebacker. Oh God, this name Azeez Al-Shaair to a 3-year, $30.
That was good. That was good. You got it, John. That was good pronunciation.
Dude, I'm really white, man. It's really fucking tough for me to do these names sometimes.
Azeez Al-Shaair, 3 years, $34 million.
Wow, Rappaport beat Schefter to it.
I've had Rappaport open, but
I literally just have my Twitter and it's going to recent and it's literally just Schefter, Rappaport, and then below it it's Morstead, Izzy, since we're having him on tomorrow, Blewett, Bilal Powell, Mangold, Bakhtiari, Xavier Gibson, Quincy, Klecko for some reason, and Mark Gastineau.
Yeah.
I want to get the clip actually of Klecko, the one clip of him wrestling the bear. Has anyone ever seen? Have you seen this, Monty? I don't know if you have.
No, hang on one second. I just gotta grab my charger.
Oh, great preparation. So I'm gonna find the clip of.
Man, I am waiting. I'm just keep refreshing. Just try to.
It's refreshing as I keep looking for Joe Klecko. I wrote Joe Douglas wrestling the bear. That's right. That got me to another interesting video, but there we go. Where we go. It's still the same clip. Iowa State Bear. Somebody's wrestling a bear in 1972. That's a big bear. Where is the one of Joe Klecko wrestling a bear? No, Steve Luca wrestling a bear. That's not who I'm looking for. All right, that's not great. Okay, back to Rappaport and what's his face? Fucking Schefter. Who do you guys like, Rappaport or Schefter?
I like Rappaport more. I think he's more measured.
Yeah, remember when we were talking to him at that one draft? Were you there with me on the Saturday or no?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, I had the chance. I went to that Saturday, the last day at Radio City for the draft, and I was talking to Rappaport was on stage for some reason, right? And essentially what I did was I started talking to him, and I kept Googling stuff that Rappaport likes. So I asked him if he liked Pez, because apparently he's a big Seinfeld guy. And he was like, yeah, I love Pez. And the guy would not shut up about Pez. And then I got him to sign what was it, my draft ticket to get into the thing, which was interesting. So, and you could see me on camera when we drafted Taj Boyd. Remember that?
Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like going nuts. I'm like,
I do remember that.
yeah, but that led to nothing. Okay, back to Rappaport, nothing there. Wow, Shep didn't even bother with the Texans news. That's interesting. This is breaking news. Breaking news. Patriots are re-signing Onwenu, one of their cornerstones. Wow, this is to 3 years, $57 million, including 38 guaranteed. So that comes out to 19 mil a year. So I guess you were right, right? Would you say it to be 19 mil?
Yeah, 19 mil. Yeah.
That's a lot. Holy shit. That's Rappaport. Yeah.
Yep, I see it right here. All right. Well,
and left 2 of his cell phones behind.
Well, now Jets got to get a move on. That's another guy that
tackle gone. Yeah. I thought he. Yeah. I mean, he did get destroyed in the game that we saw him, right? Like the last game of the year.
Yeah, that was a tough game, man. Like I don't, you can't go for that one game. He has flexibility to play few different positions. Like that's tough, but that is a lot of money. I agree.
He actually had a decent game. No run blocking whatsoever, but he only gave up 1 pressure, which led to his sack.
Okay. Yeah, so I think
sacks for the year. Actually, that's pretty good. The efficiency 97.3. Yeah, that's pretty good, I guess. 20. Yeah, that's how that works.
It's good, man. Like the Jets really could have used someone like that.
Been nice. That would have been nice. But if he's staying, I mean, it wasn't like another team got him, right? It was the Patriots. So it's like he stayed there. Monty, the breaking news is Onwenu is re-signing with the Pats for 3 years, 57, 38 guaranteed. So
that sucks.
He got 19 mil a year. That's too much for that.
It is, but it still sucks because he was.
But again, right? That's the market dictates what you're worth, not or us saying, well, this is what we want to pay you. That's the market for these guys. And he's a young.
Schefter hasn't had a tweet in 18 minutes. What the fuck's going on? There must be something.
Maybe he's working on something big. Maybe the Jets are trading for T. Higgins and Brandon Ayuk, right? Like, let's get them both.
I just realized I should have made this a live episode, right? I should have made this a live episode instead of a recording, right?
Yeah, either way, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, well, next time,
Yeah, I did not really do this one right. It's okay. Whatever.
Oh my god! Come on.
Yeah, literally, Schefter's been fucking slacking. 18 minutes, nothing from Schefter. Rappaport's fucking making his bones today, man. Mr. Reliable. Yeah, you're right. Schefter's a Jets fan, though, right? Is that right?
Is he? I don't
wait, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think Adam Schefter is from the area, right? I could be wrong. Am I lying to the internet world? What? American sports writer. Let's go to his Wikipedia. I think he is a Jets fan. He went to Michigan, right? Yeah, that's
he's
true.
Go to Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah. He's from Valley Stream. Interesting. Yeah, he's a New Yorker. Yeah, Valley Stream. That's where Christine lives. That's interesting.
Oh, come on. Do something. I feel like that meme with the guy with the stick, like poking a Jets logo. Like, come on, do something.
All right, hang on. I got the right clip coming up for this moment. I do. I got the right clip. 1 second.
Come on. Do it. Do it. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. I'm here. Kill me. Come on. Kill me. I'm here. Come on. Do it now. Kill me.
Was that
Predator.
No, I know what it is, but was that for Clemens?
No, that was just for fucking Joe Douglas. Fucking get us something right now, right? It's like,
Come on, do it. Yeah.
do it. Come on,
just
give me.
it's
I'm here. What are you waiting for?
It's getting a little scary right now, to be honest.
All right, so Nwanu's gone.
Yeah,
yeah. You know what? That's just a ridiculous 3 for 57. That's fucking insane. That's insane.
I don't know, man. I mean, it is, but you got to pay guys that are good football players, right?
I mean, they cost money.
They cost money. You can't just be like, I want to pay. I think this guy's worth 14 million, so that's it. That's what the market dictates.
Yeah, I guess he gets to stay. Yeah, but God, you would have thought if he stayed home, it would have been less, right? So, like, in theory, it would have cost more for him to go somewhere else.
Not necessarily, man. If the Patriots want to keep
him, if someone else came in 3 years, 57, 38 guaranteed, and you have to move and all that shit, he's gonna take the other job instead of staying there. I don't know about that. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Calvin Ridley's trending. Hang on 1 second. No, nothing there. Oh, that's another funny clip.
The Bills restructured Josh Allen, so they created $16.7 million in cap space for this year.
Well, they have to do something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very strapped.
That's what he was up to. What a lazy piece of shit. No, sorry, Schefter, but that was just a retweet of Field Yates a minute ago.
Yeah,
oh, man. His cap charge is still 30.3 mil. Wow, that's still a lot. Huh. Okay. Anything? Let's go back to Rappaport. Nothing. It's been 6 minutes. Rappaport, do something. I could do this all night. Literally, I could just sit here and make this show all night, right?
Huh.
Yeah. I know, Monty. You said you had plans or something like that tonight.
Yeah. I gotta get going pretty soon. My camera's starting to act up a little bit. No, just stuff with the wifey.
This is not more important. Just waiting for Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport.
As much as I love you guys, my
listen, you got responsibilities, man.
My fiance, I got to give her some time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Coward.
Come on, show us something here.
Show us something.
Oh man, I don't even care if it's like at least give me Morstead is back, right? Like if you're not gonna sign anybody, at least give us the peace of mind that Morstead is back.
Yeah, Morstead's probably coming back because you got to figure with Morstead it's gonna be a small contract and he's got a wife and kids, right? So like. I'm saying is like if it was a matching offer, right? Like it was like, hey, we're gonna give you $2 million, and like they're gonna give you $2 million for 1 more year. Like he would stick around,
I guess you would too, right? Because you're not gonna uproot your family for the same money. Yeah.
Yeah. These guys are. All right. Wow. Let's see more Joe Douglas trending stuff. What we got over here?
He's just getting abused, man. That's why he's trending. He's getting absolutely destroyed.
Cromartie Jr. No, it's not Antonio Cromartie or anything like that. Joe Douglas never got his ass whooped before, and it shows. LOL. Yeah, you're right. So that was interesting when you were saying with all the signings he did. The day one of legal tampering. George Pham was the first one in 2020, 9:11 p.m.
Yeah.
21. Corey Davis, 7:49 p.m. and Carl Lawson, 8:53. One thing I do want to say that I guess he left. All right.
I think he just like dropped for some reason.
Whatever, we'll keep it going. But I think the one thing that was interesting about Carl Lawson was run and pass. So like I guess it would kind of made more sense to do. It just didn't work out because of the Achilles tear, right?
Yeah, but he was also the Jets are doing
that rotational, not like Bryce Huff is, right? If that makes sense. Like it was meant to be like a 3 down, more of a 3 down guy.
Right? No, I get it. I'm saying in Cincinnati before the Jets signed him, he wasn't a full-time player, right? So the Jets are doing with Lawson kind of what the Eagles are doing with Bryce Huff. It's a similar scenario.
I don't know about that? Let's check out his snap counts for the hell of it, since we're waiting for Ian Rappaport to do something. Cincinnati. No, he had in this last season. Carl Lawson had 723 snaps, which is basically like 3 out of every 4 downs, right? Mostly pass rush, yes, but he still had 207. But basically, all right. So Lawson's first like full season with the Jets was very similar: 663, 226 to 432 split, just like Cincinnati. Essentially, it's basically the same split, right? Actually, a little bit more run heavy for Cincinnati, which is interesting. And he had to go in coverage 5 times, which is interesting.
Which is weird, but yeah.
For the Jets, he was in coverage 5 times, and last year it was even split. Okay.
That's
what do we got? What do we got? Hang on. QB there. No. Still the same fucking shit from Schefter. Nwenu made a video. No, Ian Rappaport reposted a video of Nwenu making a GIF or whatever. Whatever. Okay, let's see what Calvin Ridley's doing in the world of trending.
This is just.
Oh, this is great. This is a great little GIF that Calvin Ridley on FaceTime with Balky after seeing the Gabe Davis of Jacksonville news. It's just Tyree from Fast and Furious just yelling. Pretty great. That's pretty great. Yeah. The internet's funny, man. Oh, Monty's still back. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That was so when I lost power before, my camera got messed up somehow, so had to log out and log back in real quick.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Good old technology, but no, it's fine now.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep going on this show until something happens. I think that's the way to go, right?
I don't know.
It could be a 24-hour show, but we'll
it might be 3 days if we do that. So
we need something.
You know,
we need something. Come on, Joe. Be cool. Be cool, man. Just be cool. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. We may not do anything today.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, maybe later on, right? Because Douglas does do things kind of later in the evening. So hopefully we'll have a couple of nice moves and we can go to bed happy.
I hope so.
You know what I mean? Just like be able to go to bed and think good things. Some positions are filled, and we can get on with our lives. I was so unproductive at work today because I was just glued to Twitter, just refreshing.
Same. Yeah. What's that?
Well, I didn't have work today because fuck 3D Lawrence and Strat. What I did was I had an interesting day. So like I did a couple resumes out there, right? And then I basically went to the golf simulator with Thatcher, who's a Raiders fan, and I ran into him literally when the Wilkins news happened, right? And he was pretty pumped about that. Then the Gardner Minshew news happened. Then obviously everything with Barkley and the running backs all kind of happened.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I beat him in golf, so I'm cool with that. Back to Rappaport. Nothing. Back to Schefter. Gosh, Schefter's really slacking. What's going on, bud? Yeah, he's from Valley Stream apparently. So yeah, he's definitely a Jets.
He's gonna hopefully he's gonna break something huge. That's why or he might be on TV, right? Like he might be on TV right now.
Yeah, but I know, but you've seen like Schefter on the phones while like someone else's like camera panned to them, And like he was the one that broke the Rodgers news. Remember, he was like on the phone, like I thought no, the Rodgers. Yeah.
He's
I remember that news. That was a great day.
Yeah. Well, I think I really got hard about Rodgers coming to the Jets when I was watching Pat McAfee and that was happening. That was so cool.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was really cool. Rodgers saying he wanted to come to the Jets. Like, who the fuck wants to come to us?
So what do we all predict is going to be the first off-season move by Joe Douglas in this Jets organization?
I'm going to be honest. I think it's going to be Bakhtiari. I really do. I think it's going to be Bakhtiari. It's going to be a Packers guy. It's going to be a weird contract, and we're all going to be furious. That's what I think is going to happen. Because or it's going to be like MVS or like Aaron Jones, like something that were just like, why are they doing this?
Yeah.
Right? I feel like it's going to be something like that.
I mean, I gotta say, I don't hate Aaron Jones to the Jets. If the price is right, again,
The guy we're having on tomorrow might not like that.
if it's cheap enough, I don't hate it. Yeah, well, I mean, he might be, but listen, Izzy's fast. Izzy's, great. He can definitely compete. I think he has the talent and the skill level, and he's got nothing but upside now because he's only 21. I'm not saying he's definitely better or not, but at the very worst, he learns from not one but two of the NFL's best running backs. So I don't hate it for Izzy, but it just may put a damper on him for 1 year.
Yeah, I might ask Izzy how much he drank the night of his 21st birthday tomorrow. Because I remember my 21st birthday, I for some reason I was writing down how many drinks I had on my phone, like a tally system, and I got up to like 19 or something like that, and I got up to 18. Sorry, and then like this
before
girl,
you stopped remembering.
yeah, I remembered everything that night, and like it was funny. This girl, Patty Naz, she was like this beautiful, like hottest girl on campus by far, and I hooked up with her. Her nickname is Paris because she was, I don't know about Paris Hilton, whatever, but she was like an oil princess essentially, right? And like she invited me to her fucking place to hang out, to celebrate my 21st birthday. Her friend was there too, and like I'm on the way over there, and I'm literally like throwing up on the way over there, right? And I remember this girl in the back row was like, "Ew, that's disgusting." I'm like, "I just turned 21,"
Of course, John.
I'm
Of
gonna try
course.
to get laid. And I show up to Paris' spot, and fucking she has absinthe ready for me, a shot of it. I'm like, I don't know if I could do this right now.
Yeah, that was
like.
Well,
anyway, 1 hour later, I'm on the
a-
toilet. I basically passed out in the bathroom and like spent like 3 hours there, basically just throwing up and just waiting.
And that's why John doesn't drink anymore.
Exactly. That's why John is sober for the past 10 years, 11 years.
11 years.
So
there is.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
We got something else on the breaking news.
I haven't seen it yet. What's going on?
It's nothing big. No. Well, what I saw is Noah Fant is re-signing with the Seahawks.
Oh, that's not really breaking news.
Yeah, so that's not like massive news, but it's something.
That's like that's like slightly breaking, like cracking news.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? That Russell Wilson is gonna have to play the Broncos again this year. Did anyone see that? I think the game's in Denver too.
Let's ride.
Yeah, let's ride. Yeah. He made he did not make a cringeworthy video. I mean, he did the Pittsburgh video adaptation of Renegade. That song, I will say that's an awesome song. Renegade the jingles. All right, what do we got? Come on, Rappaport, do something. He's got an extra link bio rap sheet. Does that like go to like Rappaport's OnlyFans or something like that? No, it doesn't. It's about the kids, NFL.com, blessing in a backpack and homage official rap. Oh, you can get a t-shirt from Rappaport? Let me see what this thing looks like. Oh, I kind of like this.
Yeah, the rap sheet. Yeah. I mean, he's branding himself too,
Yeah, I'm going to show the t-shirt. No, there's an ad. Get away from me. That's kind of dope. And he's golfing.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely a U shirt for sure.
Yeah.
Got the golf in, and I think that's it. Pick it up, support. I mean, we're here. I mean, we're already here supporting.
We should have bought the Izzy merchandise before tomorrow, but I didn't really think it was that great. Well, I shouldn't say that, but like, I think it was like a lot Izzy to the hizzy, right? Which, and I'm not cool enough to rock something like that. To be totally honest. That's why I'm wearing a Wayne Corbett jersey. I mean, he was cool.
Well, I think we're gonna end up calling it here. I gotta get going.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Maybe we can get Smokey on.
Give it a shot, but yeah, I gotta bail too. Unfortunately, we could do this for, like John said, 24 hours. I think an interesting first day for a lot of teams. Hopefully by the end of the night, we'll have something to hang our hats on as well. And as signings come in, we'll try and kind of recap them tomorrow before Izzy comes on. But definitely looking forward to that. So at least there's one good thing on the horizon no matter what happens today and tomorrow.
Well, the other good thing is all the memes from the angry Jet fans about how Joe Douglas ain't doing shit right now and how the Jets are kind of just sitting around. So I'm looking forward to the memes. But yes, totally concur. And I think that, again, I spoke to it before, how he's protege Ozzie Newsome. He's going to not do the splashy signings. He's going to come in kind of more like a sniper, thief in the night, try to make those deals that, may or may not seem that impactful, and then all of a sudden he's we're out ahead like we were. So I'm hoping that that's what happens. I'm hoping that his experience and prudence leads to some fruition for our team. But yeah, right now as a fan, it's a little bit tough seeing a lot of nothing and seeing a lot going on around the league. But at least we're not losers like the Dolphins.
Exactly.
Well, they signed a guy. Brooks.
Yeah, one guy, and they lost like 10.
Yeah, they lost.
Big guys too, like
Yeah.
Hunt and freaking Christian Wilkins. Like it's not a good day for the Dolphins fans. Actually, I used to live in Miami for a number of years, and I'm in a group chat with a lot of Dolphins fans, and it's just been I've been just swimming in their tears today.
Can you get us in that group chat just so we can? I just want to beat. Is it like a WhatsApp group where it's easy to add people or no?
It's a WhatsApp group, yeah, but
Yeah,
it's for
it's like we're coming.
Yeah, it's for our fantasy group, yeah. But they're like, oh man, we're gonna start drinking now. They're like, oh, this is where I'm pissed off. Like I'm just seeing a lot of tears. So
I just want to show up for when we beat them next year. Like I'm not gonna say a single thing, just be a fly in the wall on that. And then when we do destroy them, good game, guys.
I'll work on it. I'll see.
Amazing.
All right, guys.
Yeah. All right, boys. So it was a pleasure. Thanks everyone for listening, and hopefully we'll have some good news soon.
Like, comment, subscribe. See you soon.
Yeah, fuck the Patriots, fuck the Dolphins, fuck the Bills. Go Jets. Have a good night.
Let's go. Have a good night.
Good night.